Hello and welcome to The Appetite, a podcast brought to you by Opal Food and Body Wisdom, an eating disorder treatment center in Seattle, Washington. I'm your host, Carter Umhow, a therapist, artist, and writer. Today we have a bit of a unique episode in store for you. For this episode, I actually left the studio and brought our recording to the Opal Food and Body Wisdom building in the University District neighborhood of Seattle. From there, I asked Opal staff members from all different departments what body wisdom means to them. Opal Food and Body Wisdom was given its name because we believe eating disorder recovery is more about relearning wisdom rather than taking some prescriptive road toward quote-unquote healing. To me, body wisdom is less about seeking static answers about your body or sense of self and more about the pursuit of curiosity and acceptance for your ever-changing, nuanced self. But that's just one way to put it. So again, today you're going to be hearing voices from all over Opal answering this question of what body wisdom means to them.
I would say body wisdom to me means trusting that your body works.
Right now in my life, body wisdom means listening to what my body's telling me and letting that be valuable.
Our bodies can tell us, well, the obvious ones here at Opal are, it can tell us when we're hungry, it can tell us when we're full, it can tell us when we're tired, it can tell us when we want connection, when there's a desire that we have that's not met.
Body wisdom means learning how to listen to and respond to what your body needs without judgment.
Our bodies hold a great deal of wisdom that we don't have access to if we're not listening to our bodies.
I know it's biased coming from a dietitian, but just knowing, like being able to identify when you're hungry and being able to identify when you're full and what that feels like in your body, and also being able to choose foods that you want, that you feel like will nourish you, and not listening to like external rules or diet culture for foods to eat.
Body wisdom to me means eating candy whenever I want.
Oh, our bodies let us know when we're in alignment with our values too, when we're not living into some part of who we are. Like I will feel that in my body in a really tangible way, and it reminds me to wonder about that and then to kind of course correct if that's happening.
I guess I think about body wisdom as synonymous with body trust in a lot of ways. I think I actively was taught to mistrust pleasure in my body, pleasure response in my body, or desire in my body for pleasure. And learning to trust that has been my definition of leaning into body wisdom.
Well, the thing that gets me kind of going around body wisdom is thinking of the difference between knowledge and wisdom, and this idea that knowledge is really the acquisition of information, but wisdom is the application of that knowledge. And that just feels so true to me personally, and all the learning I've done around my own body wisdom has come from experimentation and really taking, having so many varieties of experiences with my body to have more knowledge and maturity with my body. And even in the times of like novel experiences of something I haven't gone through, having enough novel experiences also to have kind of a maturity of knowing kind of what, I guess, to have a place for that doesn't feel so scary.
I've really been working with listening to what my body's telling me and letting that have value and taking it seriously.
I would also say that I think body wisdom just means respecting your body. I don't necessarily think body wisdom means that you have to love your body, but getting to a place where you know that you have to respect it so that it keeps working for you.
I like to think about body wisdom holistically. So I know as a dietitian, oftentimes the conversation often gets to be around food, hunger, and fullness, and like what is my body telling me about how to feed it. But when we named Opal Food and Body Wisdom, the hope was that people would be able to connect body wisdom beyond just their food relationship, and that it would translate into emotions and sort of a relational, like what is my body telling me about this environment or about this relationship.
Body wisdom to me means having an awareness of the power and the impact of my body on me, on people's experience of me, and of my relationship with my own body. They're just ways that I think about my body communicating to me and wanting to keep that channel open.
When I think about body wisdom, it goes like mind, body, spirit, and I think just allows for us to be connected to the many ways that our body communicates to us about if we should stick with this thing or move away from this thing, decide to stay in this relationship, or this food is tasting really good, great, keep eating it.
Body wisdom is sometimes questioning your body's wisdom, and sometimes not necessarily trusting what your body might be telling you. So I find body wisdom really complicated and confusing, especially right now in my life.
Body wisdom to me is being aware of my privilege and my power, whether it's in my whiteness or in my thin privilege, and noticing and considering the impact of that power on others around me, whether they're similar or dissimilar to me.
Of body wisdom, I think of my daughter, and I don't know, that's just one of my first thoughts, and there's something about cuddling with her, or some like this yearning I'll have to just snuggle her or be close to her, and that feels like a wisdom I can always trust.
Body wisdom for me in the context of sport and movement means moving my body whenever I want and considering all the different factors that are at play and why I might want to or why I might not want to move my body.
Body wisdom is a lot of different things to me. I think that it's taking into account that there are many parts of me that often need many different things. And so some of it is playing a bit of a mediator between those parts, listening to what my body needs, what my heart needs, what my relational self needs, and moment to moment trying to come up with a plan of action or a plan of rest that takes all pieces of me into account, whether that be in one particular moment or a bigger decision or even a sense of my week or my month or my vocation, whatever that means. It's including all of those pieces.
Body wisdom means letting myself cry when I need to cry.
To me, body wisdom is the connection that our brains have with our physical body, something that we were born with, but we have to cultivate and nourish like a plant and become more connected to as we grow and change.
So once again, that has been Opal staff members from all different departments answering the question of what body wisdom means to them. We would so love to know what body wisdom means to you and how you think about the concept, and also what you're doing to pursue learning more about your body, yourself, and what that's looked like in your life. If you want to, you can reach out to us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Leave us some answers there, DM us, whatever you'd like. We'd love to be in touch. If you haven't subscribed yet to the podcast, please subscribe in your preferred podcast app, and that way you can be up to date on all of our new releases. Thank you so much to Jack Strahl Cultural Center for sound engineering, to Aaron Davidson for the Appetites original music, and to Hans Anderson for editing. Thanks so much. Join us next time. Bye.